wait. Don't mind us. We're just doing our pre warm up.
Is this another week? Another professional move?
Too late for pre-stream.
Guys, hello everyone. Welcome back to Rogues Gallery podcast where we do stuff with D&D. You know what? This is my first time. Give me some chance, all right? Everybody's
there, by the way.
yes. Everybody's here. We're back. As per usual, I am the disembodied voice or Rain. I'll be talking about news, and to my right here we got Aina. She'll be telling you a little bit spoopy stories. Maybe. We'll see. And to my left we got Farid.
Hello there.
That's the one that's gonna give you some awesome builds. I heard he had some new cool stuff today. Hopefully.
Hopefully is the word. Yeah.
Hopefully is the word. And then we also got next to him we also have Crit. Say hi, Crit.
Hello, guys.
Yeah. Sorry. I must mistake it. It was Professor Dr. Crit. Is that correct?
Yeah, there should be that somewhere in there. Captain also, but
Perfect. Captain Professor Dr. Crit PhD. Got it. And finally, we also have War, who's gonna give you your, as he put it, homebrew delight.
What's up, everyone? And I also need to double check those credentials, Mr. Professor, sir. Doesn't seem valid.
Hey,
in my book.
it's Captain Professor Doctor for you, alright?
yeah, I did go to Captain Professor Dr. PhD Academy for 4 years for you to question my credentials, okay?
Anyways, without further ado, let us start with. Alright, hello everyone, welcome to Tabletop. Today we'll be talking about tabletop topic today. We're back, and of course the very first thing that I gotta tell you is this fireside chat that Hasbro had with kind of like the people within the organization. Essentially, during the talk, they talk about how Hasbro's doing and everything. But one of the main topic is the fact that they feel like they are really should go all in to D&D because, I mean, to be fair, compared to all of their IPs right now, Dungeons and Dragons have been the very most increasing. I don't know what's the right word for it. English word for me.
Most
But
profitable?
Not profitable, but growth-wise, it is the most compared to all the other properties. Because, I mean, give it like 2-3 years ago, like Critical Role's the only one that's really doing this whole D&D streaming big, and then after that, just loads of people come into D&D right after that, and that allows tabletop RPG in general to be big, and and luckily then I was able to get into it, and now we're here. So yeah, they have 13 million registered users in the Beyond. So they decided to to explore a little bit more, because one of the main thing that they say here, point number 2 in what's next for D&D, it says the brand is under-monetized.
I saw this.
Now,
Yeah, I love that term.
Well, I don't.
No, I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, I can go because
it's nothing but fear in my mind.
Exactly. When they say under-monetized, immediately people were like worried, like what do they mean under-monetized? They're gonna start doing, I don't know, microtransactions in D&D and whatnot. What they're gonna do, like sell one arc per module, and they're not gonna sell the full story. That's a lot of things that people are going around.
Character sheets, starter pack. You want to make a character, you have to buy the character sheet.
Oh god.
Oh God, no.
But yeah, to be fair, they have been slowly leaning into that with D&D Beyond. So when they acquired D&D Beyond, they allowed people to purchase the books already in there, and they allowed you to buy piecemeal. Like you don't have to buy the whole book; you just need to buy like a particular background or a particular race. You can do that. You can buy profile picture, profile frame. You can buy dice in D&D Beyond. So they're certainly getting there. And from what yeah, exactly. And from what I understand, they are just trying to like open up their revenue, because right now the main issue right now is most of their monetization is coming from dungeon masters. That's it. Because dungeon masters are the one that's gonna buy all these new books, the Fistbond Treasury of Dragon, the Tyrant of Tiamat, just the ones coming out. All of those, the Dungeon Masters are gonna buy. The other players, which is maybe like 80% of their base, is not gonna buy those things. So that's why they want to figure out how they can engage, quote unquote, those groups of people as well. So yeah, we'll see what they have in mind. Hopefully, like Hasbro haven't given us any reason to doubt them so far. They're not EA yet, but we'll see. Because in
think
video games, under monetization, like when they say monetization, immediately like, gotta be
Yeah. I mean, what's great about D&D is like you can just start it without like paying,
without
you know?
purchasing anything. Yeah, you
And
like when I purchase something, it's because I want to
Yeah.
purchase. Like I want to support these guys and everything, which is why it's cool to me. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we'll see what happens then. But we'll move on to a brighter note. Critical Role is selling a cookbook.
This actually does excite me. In all
Yes.
fairness.
Really?
why?
this one brings joy. The other one
I
didn't.
love cooking. That's kind of the
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
baseline for
same
that.
here.
Yeah.
Same here. Same here.
But yeah, the idea is they're bringing you all the recipes from all the campaigns. Like several that they put out here is, what was it? The Slayer's Cake, which is the cake store that the the Vox Machina campaign has. They have Jester's Sweet Feast, which is basically Jester's Hero's Feast, if I recall correctly.
Platter
Yeah, and
of
then-
pastries. You know what I want? I want the cupcakes that she gave to the hag.
Yeah, that is actually prepare for battle with Jester's Feast. A platter of pastries made with a dash of cinnamon and a covert sprinkle of dust of deliciousness. So yeah, definitely.
That's still the biggest brain move.
Yeah, it's so cool though. That's one of the reasons why I give you the custom magic items that I make, but I also roll on top of that just so that you guys get weird stuff that you guys can pull a 180 on me. That'll be great.
We got custom magic items.
Yes, you do.
Not here, I guess. We haven't
Not yet.
gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not you guys yet, but yeah. The
Yeah.
campaign is coming. Sorry, the book is coming August 2023. So it's still a long while. Even the cover itself isn't really final, but
Yeah, I would assume so because, like, come on, this is too.
That is the blandest piece of artwork I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like,
What
yeah.
are you talking about? That looks like the most delicious book I've ever seen.
That looks like a military MRE cover. Like it's the most standardized way of how to cook.
minimal,
something.
minimalist. But yeah, I'm
If
sure
you
they're gonna
designed
update
the
it.
cover. It's very good. They're just joking. They don't mean it.
Anyways, that is everything about Critical Role. There's not much news going on this week, so I thought to show you a little bit about D&D history. How many games did you think about D&D
Oh,
have been
God.
made?
A lot.
A lot.
The correct answer is a lot, because there is a lot, apparently. From what I thought, there's only the Baldur's Gate series. That's like their main thing, and maybe like some retro hack and slash game. But no, apparently Dungeons and Dragons have been releasing the Forgotten Realms, the Archives, which is essentially a collection of their retro games, and they have like 6 different collections. Collection 1, 2, 3, the Ravenloft series, the Dark Sun series, the Kryn series, all of them with at least like 5 different games inside of them. So there's just apparently a bunch of D&D games that I never know existed. So if your session is cancelled, go ahead. You can give this a look. It is on Steam right now for 24 ringgit. What is it in USD? Around $8? I think around $8. $7.99 or something like that. So give that a look. And finally, TTRPG recommendation. I don't think there are like a couple of big ones that came out recently. There's like the Blade Runner TTRPG. There is, if I recall, the Tyranny of Dragons coming out as well. But I'm going to recommend you this one over here, a compilation by Dice Geeks, which is essentially a list of free RPGs on drive-through RPG. Even if you look over there, Iron Sword is actually one of the games that was nominated during the Tabletop Awards by Dice Geeks, by Dicebreaker. So you should definitely give it a look. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 free TTRPGs for you guys to look at. I'm personally interested in trying Iron Sword. 'Cause Iron Sword over here is the more fantasy version. The one that won the award is Iron Sword Starforge, which is the sci-fi version of the same game.
Well,
So-
I wanted to try this
Which one?
because I wish that's our campaign.
There's Apocalypse on Earth. Well, we shall see. You could make
I
it
mean,
a happy place, you know?
We're pretty
Oh,
happy right now in game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Being
about
almost
you.
burned alive. Yeah, we're doing preachy.
Almost. Emphasis on almost.
Yeah,
okay?
almost.
But yeah, do give them a look. They're all some pretty good, and you can support smaller indie kind of developers for these kind of stuff. But that is everything for me in regards to the news. Finished in record time. So,
That
without
was
further
fast.
ado,
That's like
I
10 minutes.
know I am
Wow.
awesome. Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not many news going on this week, so I'm just pulling out all the stops here. But that is everything for me, and without further ado, I'm gonna pass it to Farid for.
Explain.
Jeez, guys. Be cool.
Oh no, the street has not changed yet, so I'm just waiting. Right? We were changing.
Who is this?
Okay. Hello there, everybody. You're Farid here, and welcome back to Celebrity Atelier, where we make your favorite character into D&D 5e setting. And what we got for you today, we're going to try to make Lawbringer from the game For Honor, which is from one of the heroes, playable heroes from the Knights faction, Knights of Ashfell.
Is this a class? Wait, what is this person?
Well, this person is like I said, it's a playable character that you can play in the game For Honor, and he's a heavily armored, bulky dude wielding a pole arm. A pole axe. So, for you guys out there, for your information, this is my favorite character in the game. But I haven't played that game for a very long time now.
Is it still running?
Yeah, it is still running, surprisingly.
I mean, if HOTS is still running, that better still be.
And it's a good game.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is a good game, but the player base is not that wide. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, okay, without further ado, let's get on to building.
Let's go.
The Lawbringer. Okay, where order has broken down, where cruelty and lawlessness rule, Lawbringers are justice. They go wherever they are needed, and they came prepared. Their armor has no equal, and they carry the most versatile weapon ever invented, the pole axe.
Spike
Pray
on
that you do not need them, and when they arrive, pray that you have done nothing wrong. Yeah, how cool is that, right? Alright. So let's start with his race first. This character. We're going to in the game everybody's a human, so we're gonna go with the basic human. Human. We're going to go variant human this time with what do you call that? The ASIs are on Constitution and also
It's not
What?
loading for some reason. Hold on. It's usually oh shit, oh god damn it! It loaded! It loaded!
Another day, another pro stream.
No, this is D&D, this is all on D&D Beyond, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, it's loading. I got you. It's very inhuman, and then Constitution. You just gotta wait. Okay, this is all D&D Beyond's fault. You know how we talked about Hasbro? Then
it's under
okay.
monetized. Alright. I'm gonna repeat what I said.
Continue.
The race we're gonna go with variant human with ASIs on +1 to strength and Constitution. Sorry. Sorry about that. And then also for the feat, we're going to take Pole Arm Master. I mean, if you haven't
Ooh.
noticed, I
I
mean,
mean-
this guy's using a huge pole axe, right?
Yep.
So Pole Arm Master. And let's for his skill of choice, just pick let's say athletics, I guess. No, not athletics. Acrobatics. Yeah.
Acrobatics? Why? I expected more athletics.
Because his background already gives me.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair enough then.
His background?
Yeah. Speaking of, his background will be soldier. I mean,
What?
he is
No.
a knight
what a
Ashbel, a
surprise!
knight soldier. I mean,
Why,
it's
why not a
all
knight? A knight. Uh,
knight. What?
yeah, knight is like the variant for the noble background.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Though.
I don't know if it fits. It's very nobly.
Yeah, that's
I think.
yeah, I guess so. This guy's more like I'ma fuck you up, so
Yeah,
soldier
this
Uh,
guy's
man.
would a
like,
sales, would a like a swordsmith? No, I forgot what it's called. A sellsword or something like that. Be better fit. I wait.
Is
Oh,
that
maybe
is that a
that's.
background?
Wait, no, I'm thinking like Pathfinder. Never mind. I'm browsing
There's
something.
a failed immersion apparently. I don't know that's a background. There's also a plaintive background. I don't know what that is. So
Plain people, no.
That's some criminal shit.
Although his name is Lawbringer, don't let them put that.
Lies, deception.
you,
He
you
may
know
have
what?
the one.
You know what? This guy is just like Judge Dredd, whereby
Ah.
the jury, the executioner, the judge,
Alright.
jury, executioner.
Alright, fair enough.
So, so I guess soldier fits the most, right? So athletics expedition, and also you get the military rank. You can flash to hopefully your NPCs and say, "Hey, I outrank you, so you have to follow me." Okay. For his ability scores, I'm gonna read this quickly. Let's go. Strength 15, Dex 11.
wait, is it
Ability score.
a standard array?
Oh yeah, no. This would be a point by.
Okay.
Of course.
Of course.
Okay, of course, as all of my builds are.
Hey, you need precise control for these special builds, you know?
Okay.
Yep, okay, let's
Point
go.
by
Strength
Ella said
15.
otherwise. Got it.
Okay. Strength 15, Dex 11, Con 15. Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma are all 10.
Oh wow, balanced. Damn. Okay.
Yeah. Balance and all that.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. Ooh, strength and con is 16.
Yeah, strength base cons for more HP so that he doesn't die much. Okay, let's go to level 1. I mean, if you guys has not guessed
I
it.
wonder what
I
this
wonder.
To be a
I don't play this
fighter.
game, but
Wait,
That's
honestly,
crazy.
I think Barbarian could fit, right? Because they have that rage mechanic when your teammates die and you're fighting a 3v1, right?
Yeah, they do have that, but Lawbringer, I mean that's not specifically for Lawbringers. It's for all of them. Yeah,
Okay.
so what we're going to build are the skills and the move sets of Lawbringers. Alright, so we're going to go level 1 fighter. And for fighting styles, we're going to take what do you call that? Superior technique.
ooh, what's this? I've never heard of this.
It basically gives you a piece of battle, what do you call that?
Battle
Battle
Master
Master
guys.
ability.
Abilities here.
Ah.
Yeah.
So from that superior technique, you're going to take the fainting attack. Fainting attack maneuver. If you can't choose that, it's
No, I
okay.
can't choose that.
I think it's limited, but it expects you to know
Yeah.
which one you're taking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, let's move on. Nothing fancy. For level 1 weapon, you have to choose halberd because D&D does not have a poleaxe. So the most
Close
the,
enough.
the closest what do you call that?
Closest
Uh,
thing.
Yeah, closest thing that you can get from a poleaxe is a halberd. I mean, to be fair, a poleaxe and halberd
Very
look
close.
kind of similar, but their uses are different. Halberd is more pokey weapon where Pole axe is more a slashy, what do you call it? Slashy, crashy weapon.
Gotcha.
That's very descriptive, man.
I guess crash would be the correct descriptor.
Yeah, because they have that hammer, the blunt side hammer and the sharp side axe, mixed with the pointy stuff bit a bit. Okay, either way, let's proceed. And armor, we have to pick heavy armor. The chainmail, starting fighter gets chainmail. And then let's go on to level 2. At level 2, nothing, what do you call that? Nothing of note. And let's skip level 2 and go to level 3. Martial archetype. We're going to take, what? You guys guessed it? Battle Master?
Wait, then why are you taking fighting style superior technique? Because you want extra, is it?
Even
You
more.
want even more superiority dice. You know,
Damn.
just like spellcaster, you want more spell slots. So battle masters want more superiority dice.
Okay.
Because battle master gives you 4, superior technique gives you 1 more, so you have 5 at level 3. And also the 3 maneuvers that you're going to pick is what do you call that? Pushing attack, sweeping attack, and trip attack. Okay, I forgot why are we taking to mention why are we taking this. Okay. In the game, Lawbringers have this move set. The what do you call that? Because For Honor is basically a fighting game, right? So each characters have their own move set, their own unique abilities. Let's say that they can use during the game, right? So Lawbringers have this Blind Justice, which is an OP overhead swing.
Alright.
And also impaling step, where he rushes forward, impale a guy, and then keep on rushing. And then there's an ability called Make Way, where he makes a wide sweep. It's going to hit multiple enemies in front of him. And also the Long Arm, which whereby he how do you call that? He stabs the guy, and over the shoulder, throw him down to the ground.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to imitate all of that in D&D, right? So fainting attack. What fainting attack does, with a bonus section, you can roll your superiority dice, and then gives your next attack advantage. And if the attack hits, you add the number rolled in to the damage. Okay. So basically, you get advantage, and then because
The OP
blind justice is an OP overhead strike, right? So
Yeah.
that'll be your fainting attack. Because you get advantage, and then you get extra damage from the what do you call that? The superiority dice. And also, since fainting attack, you use fainting attack before an attack, you can add another what do you call that, maneuver during the attack itself. So you get
Oh my god.
you get 2 rolls of superiority dice and the damage.
Oh shit.
So
Damn.
you can stack damage that way. For example, if you use fainting attack, you roll it, you get advantage, right? So there's a higher probability to get a net 20. So if you get a net 20, and then you can choose to add another combat maneuver, to get that crit as well.
My god. It's gonna be even more painful.
Yeah, it's gonna be more painful. So there you go. That's your blind justice. And then for your impaling step is your pushing attack, because pushing attack, whenever you hit an enemy, you can attempt to push that enemy 15 feet away. Make a strength check, right? If the creature fails, you push it 15 feet away. So that is your impaling step.
Yep.
And then Make Way, a wide sweeping attack, is a sweeping attack because you can hit 2 guys with sweeping attack.
He's your sweeping strike. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Long Arm is a tripping attack because you're gonna knock someone prone with that. So that's all the moveset that Dobringer have.
Oh wait, you actually managed to encompass all?
Yeah, there are other moveset like shove. I mean, shove you can already do that. Everybody can shove, right?
Yeah.
And then there is also there's one more thing. As a part of Lawbringer's combo, there's a thing called Swift Justice, where when he did a combo finisher, he can add another attack to it, to finish up that combo. For example, a normal combo will be 3 hit chain, and then he can follow it up with another attack, so it will be a 4 hit chain.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, fighters attack 1, attack 2, and then with pole arm master, you can bonus action attack with the blunt end of your weapon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's your Chief Justice. So there you go, at level 3, Lawbringer. You have all of his abilities over there.
Already? That's it?
Yep, that's it.
What?
Simple enough build.
Nice.
Fighter.
Speedruns.
But
Wait a minute! We
just to
forgot.
make it more interesting to play, at later levels, when you get your ASIs, you can get Martial Adapt. which
Oh my
gives you
God.
More superior.
Let's
Oh
go.
my god.
Oh lord.
How D&D
And
is
also, you
not
can also have,
cooperating today.
since you have painting attack, basically an advantage on demand. You can get great weapon master. You know, have a higher chance to land that plus 10 damage.
I do feel like that's the way to play Battle Master. I feel just add all your maneuvers so that you have more charges. Otherwise, you have 4.
Yeah, and then we have 4. So with with martial adapt, with what do you call that?
Superior technique.
Superior maneuvers at level, let's say level 4. If you pick martial adapt level 4, at level 4 you already have 6 dice to
Yeah.
use.
And combat
Wait.
won't go beyond 6 rounds, right?
Yeah, 6 rounds would be nice.
So the
I mean,
DC for your combat maneuvers, what it's levels up, right? As you
yeah, it follows your strength or dex modifier. And also even the superiority dice grows with you as you level up. So at level 7 you get you get 1 more at level 7 and you get 1 more at level 15. So at level 15 you'll get 9 superiority dice. You get 8 superiority dice.
Good shit.
And also at level 7 your dice will grow from D8 to where is it? Sorry. Where is it?
10, I'm assuming.
D8 to D10. Oh, sorry. At level 10, it grows to D10, and at level 18, it goes to D12.
Oof.
Yeah. So at higher levels, it is more, I guess, good. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So that's your Lawbringer.
What's
And
the
what-
name?
Okay, what's we're going to call him? Sir Judge.
Yes, Sir Judge.
Start with SER.
Yeah, SER.
Okay.
Sir Judge.
Sorry.
Sir Judge.
Sir, yes, his first name Sir, last name Judge.
Judge. Yeah. There you go. A straight character. I mean, in my opinion, it's fun to play. I mean, Battle Masters are always fun to play.
Yeah. Yeah, Aina should try Battle Master, you know?
Dude, I'm playing a half caster and I'm miserable. Imagine a non-caster, dude.
I mean, this guy's just a different caster. Like,
Yeah, it's a
wizards.
different
No.
He casts
I mean,
punches.
He's the caster of death.
Yeah, think of Battle Masters as what do you call that? A more physical warlocks. They get their spell slots back on short rest. They have 4 spell slots to use.
No thank
Yeah.
you.
So there you go.
Yeah. Well, I guess we go to the next one. Let's chill down and read some stories. Maybe I have 2. I don't know. We'll see.
Who?
Oh.
Hello. Hello. I don't know why I did that. And you-
Was this? Wait, sorry, I gotta this is the first time the intro played smoothly.
Yeah, I don't know what happened
Oh.
today. I loaded
Did you close your
everything.
tabs, Aina?
No, my tabs are as usual. Okay, I
As
don't know.
numerous as
I just
ever.
don't know what happened. It's just everything is very smooth today, and I only like loaded it twice, and it worked, and I have no idea how. And anyway, so today I have like an interesting style of story. The title is also very interesting. And it's from r/RPG horror story, so you know what type of story this is.
Mm-hmm.
This is posted by u/ddumdim, entitled Jormbo's Bizarre Harassment.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Good start.
Yeah.
Get ready for demonetization, boy.
Oh no.
we
Anyway.
ready for get monetized, boy. Yeah.
Hey,
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
We should have a buzzer when something like is so sensitive. We just
hey, we're getting married soon. Anybody want to give us a stream deck? I'm just saying.
Wink, wink.
Anyway, let's start the story. So, you're playing with your best friend of roughly 15 years, someone you respect and look up to. Through high school, he was the coolest guy you knew, despite everyone telling you he's an annoying twat. Wait, is that a bad thing? I don't know. Annoying T word.
Yes.
Well,
annoying person.
annoying person, yeah. Well, you
Got
decide
it.
to play D&D with this boy. He aspires to be a writer, to catalog the worst of human society, and a triumph that eventually ensues to conquer said vile behavior. Then it turns out your good time baby boy kind of just really sucks. But he's been telling you all along that it's everyone else that's wrong. The worst part is, you believed him. You believed that everyone else at the table was the asshole. You believed that your girlfriend was a conniving wench who only wanted in-game benefits. You believed that without him, the game wouldn't just fall apart, it would disintegrate into a fine toilet papery powder that gets all over the walls and in your mouth. So OP is obviously very good with his words, haha. Anyway, I was the idiot who believed him. I was the idiot who put my faith and love into Jormbo, a man only capable of absorbing that positive energy and contributing nothing. A human leech. When, you may ask, did I finally get the message that this man was terrorizing my girlfriend and was controlling the table and everything else he could get his hands on in my life? It wasn't when he complained relentlessly every time you bought new minis. You can't just play D&D for free. You wasted your money. It wasn't when we painted said minis in hours-long sessions of chill-out friend times. I think I'll get my partner over here to help paint. They'll do a much better job than you guys do. It wasn't when he slept in our guest room every week and had the audacity to complain that the bath smelled funny, despite his refusal to wear deodorant. I don't know if you guys just never clean it or what, but it smells awful. It wasn't when my girlfriend cooked us an entire dinner every week, every session, spending up to $100 each week without asking for anything in return, only for him to complain about it every time. You know, they make a better steak at that place down the road. Maybe just order from there next time. It wasn't when he spent multiple hours after every session talking to me in post-session chatter, but only ever talked about how shitty everyone else is. If this table didn't have me in my writing, this would be unbearable. And it wasn't when he argued with my girlfriend over every single little thing she liked about the game and tormented her about having bad taste. Dragonborn just are a bad nonsense race, and paladins are only played by idiots. It's just the way it is.
Oh boy.
It wasn't when he told the entire party that if they didn't do exactly what he wanted them to, his character was going to kill them all. Forge Cleric is just too good. None of you stand a chance, so it's my way or you die. It wasn't when he agreed to something the whole table agreed to do, and then spent the session letting us know how bored he was of all this. And then an adventure when he delivered the premise, and before the second session even began, he let us know he was bored. There's just things my character would rather be doing. I'm just playing my character. It wasn't when he refused to allow me to shift focus for 2.5 hours, insisting that the puzzle was yet to be solved, then tried to play it as a joke. This is what you get when the DM, this one ends short because I cut him off and told him to knock it off. He's talked enough. It wasn't when he claimed my girlfriend was controlling me because I kicked out the guy making horse-ass jokes. I'm just making sure she doesn't have her hooks that deep in you and that you made that choice because you wanted to. It wasn't when he made direct R-word threats to my girlfriend's character, a direct no-no for our table, and then after getting told to never do that again, came into the next session mocking her for being uncomfortable with it. I think you really need to learn what consent actually means. Haha. Haha, I don't know. It wasn't when my girlfriend broke down crying and told me she was going to stop playing because she couldn't stand being targeted like this anymore. The active ignoring, the constant verbal shutdowns, the condescending attitude towards anything she liked or disliked or effing existed near. And finally, it wasn't when I finally got the gall to stand up to him and tell him everything he'd been doing wrong. Because when I did that, I got the verbal equivalent of a pat on the head as he spun me around and guided me out the door. No, I finally learned that Jormbo needed to go when he refused to play a session remotely, despite insisting another player play remotely when he was possibly exposed to COVID, and him simply opting to not play that night. We had the most fun with D&D we had ever had as we played our first ever session without him. There was no controlling behavior, there was no main character syndrome, there was no treating the other players like they were stupid donkeys and he was the penultimate big brain boy. There was no blatantly targeting my girlfriend or trying to backseat DM. We played that session and I made the choice. It was time to kick Jormbo after almost 2 years of this bullshit. And he still tried to take control of the kick and pretend that he was opting out to not play anymore. LMFAO. Anyway, don't be like me, I'm an effing idiot and I let a charismatic figure blind me and guide me astray from the person I bought an effing house with, which he also criticized to hell and back despite being an unemployed knob living on his mom's couch. Jumbo, if you're reading this, I don't know if I should say it, but
Say it!
such a big dumb shit! So yeah, Jumbo's bizarre harassment.
Okay, wait. Can we
Oh,
first
can't
off
wait
start
to
with?
see
Is this an
season
actual person?
2.
Is this the actual person's name or not?
Obviously it's not.
contributing to.
I don't think it is.
I hope
It
so.
never is. It never
You know what? I
is.
can't wait to
Okay.
read up season 2.
Oh god.
God, no, I don't want it.
I hear a gay vampire appears in that one.
Oh my god. It's a
I'd like
different
to
kind
read
of
it. The
Jumbo.
fact that this is a real story, something bad's gonna happen for it to happen. So, no.
Okay, this was a very haunting event that happened to OP, but he didn't need to outline he didn't need to dry everything out of the entire all the bad behavior in that post. It felt kind of repetitive, honestly. I'm sorry.
No, I think he's just trying to outline how bad this guy is and how bad he is because he didn't realize that he had to go after all of this had to happen, you know?
And it's not about one big thing that happened. It's about multiple small things that he didn't notice until he played with other people.
Yeah.
I think it was a lot of big things that does not. Some of them didn't feel small.
To him is small. That's the thing, because he was
Right.
being manipulated, blinded, so he doesn't see that it's bad because this Jormbo guy keeps telling him it's just a normal thing to do, blah 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 blah. Until he actually spends a day without him,
You realize, things went better.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
because
sky
I
is
think
actually
I
blue.
don't think Jumbo, use very offensive words. Maybe criticizing, but using passive aggressive words.
Yeah.
You don't realize it when it happens to you, but when you think about it, I'm being being criticized.
Yeah. So yeah. It's just sometimes, especially when you like that person, it's easy to turn a blind eye to things that usually other people would say that's a stupid thing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I gotta prop the OP for his language though. I kind of like the beginning part of it.
It's actually a very
Yeah.
nicely written story. He wrote something in the comments and he still used that kind of thing. I'll give you an excerpt because this is a very long one. So here OP was talking about why he was attached to Jumbo, and how his ADHD was one of the reason he has he sees Jumbo as very cool and stuff. Then he said here how he equates himself as a garden and stuff. So I suppose when he started to get jealous of how close I was to my girlfriend and started to plant seeds of distrust and doubt into my mind, I was just an effing open garden waiting to get infested with blight. And blight he did. He continued to poison that crop over time, especially when not just my girlfriend but my other friends started to know how awful he was treating everyone. Like, OP just has good use of words and stuff, I guess.
Gotta, I feel like he's a good
I
DM.
feel like the good writer is OP and not Dormbo.
I think so too, actually. Well, yeah.
Okay, maybe you know, the little bit good from Jorbo stuck with him at least, you know.
Or maybe it was OP all along.
Dun, dun,
Maybe all
dun.
I don't need that type of vibe to my end of the story, please. No.
So, War was also asking, since we have a bit of time, when will the nice stories come? So, I have a very short one here that we can just go through really fast. Yeah, it's very short. Okay. So this one is in the opposite of RPG horror stories, called RPG Glory Stories, posted by F000R. Is this supposed to talk? 4? I guess I don't know. But it says here, ones don't auto fail outside combat, right? So it goes. The party and I were sneaking through a white dragon's lair. At slowly level 5s, we had bitten off more than we could chew, and decided to grab a few pockets full of coins from the horde and get out of there. The adult dragon was aware of us and trying to hunt us down. As the rogue, I was on point. I served the next room, ducked in, and the DM called for a stealth check. I rolled. Then, so this is conversation that goes on. Me. Ones don't automatically fail outside of combat, right? DM. One only auto fails in combat. Yes. Me. Well, I rolled a 1. Party audibly groans. Me. With modifiers and passive trace, that's 22. DM. You notice the dragon as the last second and duck against the wall. You escape its notice as it stomps past angrily.
Reliable talent, baby.
I mean, level 5, dude.
Oh, yeah,
That's some plot armor shit right there.
No, I mean 22.
Expertise in stealth, I'm assuming.
Yeah, expertise, I guess, because pass without a test gives you 10, right? So that leaves you 11 more.
Yeah, and that sounds like 1 plus maybe 6 for the expertise and then 4 for dexterity. So
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah,
Well done.
A short one. But yeah, thank goodness one doesn't auto fail skill checks.
For now.
Yeah, I know. For now. But it's supposed to be a good story. You ruined it. Ew.
Like the collective crying.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we'll go and see some delights now. Look at that! No!
Oh my god, no lag in it.
No lag!
It's the dice gods. They
Dude, I know
figured us
what
today.
happened. I updated my PC just now.
Oh my god.
I think that's it.
Oh my god.
Back all these months.
No, I updated it as in Windows update.
You put it to remind me later for several years.
No, I always update my PC. Excuse me.
It's very security experts here.
Hey, we have
Oh, wait,
degrees
yeah, I
in
can't-
computer
yeah.
design. Thank you very much. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry
Anyway.
about that. Not discrediting anything. Right. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, welcome. Shit. I'm sorry.
What happened?
Oh my god, you burnt your, what do you call it? Whatever you're cooking today, right?
No, I'm not drinking coffee. It's not that.
Short circuited.
Confusion.
Oh wait.
Being
I don't know
okay.
why I'm starting coughing. Wait, sorry. Yeah, I'm back. Welcome everyone to Homebrew Highlights, where we take a deep dive across the interweb to find out homebrew delights. Let's see what's cooking. I'm sorry for that minor. I was drinking. Anyway.
Why did you try to drink when you're doing your intro?
Yeah,
I had
man, you
to-
drink afterwards.
I'm dry. I'm sorry. I'm dry. I had to hype it up because I'm gonna do some very. Alright. Anyway, with the winter season kicking in and snowbanks piling onto one another, some people might find themselves enjoying a nice ski trip down the mountain. One could also find themselves chopping down some wood for fuel back in the fireplace at home. But for the more adventurous kind, get ready for the Rimeglider, an uncommon greatsword by Coley Maruno from D&D Homebrew, posted on r/D&D Homebrew. Go check his Instagram page at Crit Fails for more swords that he posted during a period called.
Wait, Crit, is that
Disclaimer
you?
does not relate to the current crit, right?
Crit, is that your
Right.
brother?
I will neither
Professor
confirm
Crit.
nor deny.
Not related. Could be.
Or is
Could be.
it?
Unless.
Unless, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's their Instagram handle. Go check them out. They posted some patrons of some kind also for homebrew warlocks and also other swords for a while. They haven't been posting a lot in recent months, but let's hope they post sometime again because some of these items are really good, and we'll highlight this one today, specifically. Anyways, back to the item, the Rimeglider. This weapon is a typical huge greatsword, but with a winter color scheme on it. And in the image, you see there are two divots placed on the broad side of the blade. The crossheart is a very unique look, but then it will benefit its other use that I'm going to say right now. Other than being a typical greatsword, which I believe is the versatile property, right? Or am I forgetting, or imagining that? Is it?
Yeah, you're off.
Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely. Other than being just a great sword, when placed on the surface and when the blade is less than a foot above any surface, it'll produce a 2 feet deep and 5 foot square layer of powdered snow that is counted as difficult terrain. So wherever you hold this blade, make sure it's above foot level, or you're gonna have a snow pile-in on your home residence. You don't want that in. With that, it also magically disappears after 6 seconds. So after maybe, I think what it's trying to convey is after the round comes back to the player, all the snow that was produced by the blade quickly disappears. So it's a very interesting dynamic to the combat, at the very least. I don't know if it's everywhere the player walks, or do they have to intentionally drop their blade lower down to a foot to make it. But yeah, that's one of its properties. The other thing you can do with this magic weapon is with a magical word which the player can describe, they can attach their foot onto one of the divots of the blade in the broadside. They can either attach one or two at the same time and have a separate magic word to let loose of their feet from said blade. Now you may ask, why would a person hop on their blade? It's not a magic broom. No, in fact, it is a ski board. You can use this beauty of a weapon to slide down a steep slope, and for while you're going down a decline, let's say going down from a mountain, it says right here when mounting the blade, so it has the mount property, your speed is counted as 180 feet. So I don't know, I forgot mount rules specifically, but I'm pretty sure that's a really fast movement for just sliding downhill.
Yep.
Besides that, when on a standard planar surface, your only movement is 15 feet. So because you're dragging a huge freaking sword across the field, and when trying to trying to go up in an incline, you're not moving, buddy. You're just stuck there. Makeshift manacles if you want. So do what you will as you will. Other than that, this weapon, other than making you look cool while sliding down a mountain, you can also perform sick flips and tricks whenever you slide down and move at least 15 15 feet downhill, you can, as a bonus action, make a DC 13 athletics or acrobatics check to give you an advantage on a melee attack with the blade onto an enemy. So, I can't reference any like snow piece action movie scene because those are so rare. I'm just gonna do a James Bond and like cut a bitch. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I was
Anyway,
about to say, just say James Bond. I'm sure he's done this at some point in his life.
Come on, guys.
There's a
Don't
movie.
forget
He's in the
Triple X.
ice.
Don't
He
forget
would have.
Triple X. He was a snowboarder, escape snowboarder before he.
There you go.
Alright, yeah, B triple X, do 6 flips and high octane jumps. That's it, all for me. Do it. I guess that's it for homebrew highlights. So what do you guys think about this weapon?
It's cool. I love it. It kind of reminds me of that the chainsaw shovel. Was it the other one? Kinda like
Yes, the
very
chainsaw.
very just flavorful and everything. You know, this one just you can skate. It's a great skirt and you can skate on. It's just wonderful. I love it.
I feel like
But
these
it's-
will be... Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go for it.
I feel like some of the items that I introduced into these are like very campaign specific or feel like very environment specific. You know, the chain shovel, this great sword. You wouldn't see it out in like the desert, I assume.
I
mean,
disagree. It
there's
just says
sand
downhill.
hills,
Yeah, exactly. So any hill you can get, even if
Oh,
it's like
you're right.
along the side of a building.
No,
You know, you're
in
sliding
desert-
down the side of a building.
In
Oh my
desert,
God.
it can provide the party with cooling as well.
No,
because the
magically,
Oh.
it magically
Yeah.
disappears in 6 seconds.
Well, yeah, but
No, if you
6
lift it
seconds
from the ground.
Snow.
Oh,
If
I mean,
you
yeah,
leave it in
technically.
if you leave it on the floor, it will the snow will be there.
Free snow, water, water
Make like an
glitch.
entire campaign around this.
Yeah.
Just looking for this blade, you know.
But
This
it's
uncommon-
uncommon.
It's uncommon.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you want to make it like a campaign centric, just up the stats a little bit, you know, and you can make like find the 7 legendary swords with like different cool and everything. One of it is
Ooh,
a
that's so
chainsaw sword,
cool.
another one's a fucking skateboard sword, just all this weird sword. It reminds me of that Rurouni Kenshin or something, like the blacksmith that makes weird swords. Yeah, basically that.
Thank you for the idea for my campaign.
I like the idea of gliding downhill in combat. Like, I don't think people have done that really.
That's true.
But I can imagine, like, you can only move left and right while you're just descending. You maybe go 5 feet forward or back on your turn as you're like sliding down a hill.
Yeah.
You know, like a whole ass combat against people who are also sliding down against you.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun set piece.
Yeah. Love it.
Note that down over here.
I'm just trying to imagine what would happen if you strap a jet or a witch broom onto yourself while you're mounted with this blade. That would be sick.
Does
So,
falling
yeah.
count as downhill? That's my question.
Well, to be fair, since it makes ice behind you, right? Shape water is a thing,
I'll just make
Oh.
so you can make a slope wherever you go.
fair.
Do a water bender and like carry, or no, do like the guy in Naruto and carry like a bottle of, instead of sand, water, and just
That's cool.
make it into like
Good guy.
platforms. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sick. That's sick. That's sick. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's the homebrew item for today. Thank you all for coming. Why not we visit our lovely Professor Crit for some DM Academy lessons?
Never not cool, man.
Oh, the intros are so smooth.
Very good, I know.
The
Alright, so, hello guys, welcome to GM, sometimes DM Academy, depending on how I'm feeling that day. The class is now in session, please take your seats. Because this time I didn't forget.
Yay.
Hey.
I saw you clipping it. Alright, so, today we're talking about living world, or how to make your world seem more lived in. And this kind of comes at a perfect time when I started really getting into Wildermyth. And also
Ooh.
about this online as well, in like perfect tandem with today's session. So, we spoke like a few episodes ago about how to make your world seem more lived in, like stuff is happening in the background. Do you guys remember that?
Think so?
Sure.
Sort of.
I only remember making memorable NPCs.
Yeah, that was a part of it.
Oh, okay.
So let's start with least to most experienced with Farid. How would you make your D&D world seem more lived in?
Well, in my mind, I mean, I haven't done this before, but in my mind, I would keep track of events happening around the world regarding the NPCs, and maybe I set up during this month these things will happen somewhere. That month this thing will happen somewhere. I don't know how to keep track of this thing, but in my mind that is how I would do it. I guess I don't know if I'm able to though.
Yeah.
It's definitely what I'm going to talk about in a bit. So, good idea, Farid. Next up would be, I guess, Aina now. We're moving around in the
Wait,
ladders.
what?
Ooh.
Hey,
Yeah, because what's been DMing more?
I've moved
excuse
up
me,
into the world.
I've DM'd
We're
at
grinding.
least 10 sessions, maybe.
I've DM'd a lot more one shots than 10.
Sure.
Damn, my man
Oh.
moved up.
It's a war here.
I'm
So,
more experienced.
Aina, how do you make your world seem more lived in?
Let's make a spreadsheet to keep track of everything. Haha.
Just extensive notes.
I guess so. I'm not sure. Like, I don't really make NPCs. I don't know how to make them. So I don't know. Honestly, yeah, I don't know. I'd piggyback off a pirate sensor and make a spreadsheet and then just make it rollable just to see what happens to them, that kind of thing. But
Okay,
that's
okay.
about it.
Yep, that's fair enough. Alright, thank you for your answer. Next up, we got, I guess, War now. We haven't been running campaign for years, so I guess we still got an edge over you.
Yeah.
So, War, how about you? How do you make your campaigns lived in?
Well, not necessarily having run a campaign, but one shots. Okay, I guess since I am at the start of my DMing journey, I haven't necessarily done any research technically on like doing a world build, but I have had an extensive imagination and I've always dreamt about stories, whatnot, and so forth. That's what brought me into D&D in the first place. I realized when I was making a campaign, I have to first like find the target audience definitely of my players first. For this certain example, I'm DMing for my cousins. I wanted to make something very slightly open world, but then very adventure heavy, but then I wanted to keep a certain level of realism to it. I didn't want it to just be fantasy and the weekly monster of the monster of the week. I sort of thought of the type of story I wanted to think about. Then I broke it down into flavors of what type of tools can I use to necessitate or bring about that certain story. And then I started breaking it even further to characters, NPCs, certain world dynamics, I guess. And from then on, I started asking several questions to myself, like, why does this certain aspect this way? Why does this NPC matter in achieving a certain goal? And I guess not having putting it to practice yet, I can't say much more than that so far. But that's how I feel I would make a living world. It's more on
Okay.
how the story you're telling than trying to make an actual living world.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, as long as you keep it, cohesive enough. if that's the right word. I think it is. It can go very far away. It requires a lot of prep, though, I'm guessing, because I don't think I go that far in prep, usually. Like,
Oh,
I'll think
yeah,
about
I
what
don't
I'm
prep.
saying, but
Right. I haven't prepped like dialogue or anything. I just prepped like major big players, and that's kind of what I've done.
yeah, that's good. Like, if you can create a cast of NPCs and just have their goals in mind, you don't really need to write dialogue for them, right? You can just normally have them interact with the party depending on what the party is doing at the moment. And you can create, encounters, obviously. But I don't think you ever have to prepare for dialogue. Just keep character in mind and roll with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
for someone who can't think of dialogues as an NPC, I probably would. Maybe I won't do it, but I do know, like, when I run modules, the dialogues help a lot.
I prepare two things though in terms of dialogue for usually for intro. I prepare those so you have like a nice opening to the session that's smooth and transitions to what they're gonna do. Second one is literal speeches. Like if their character in the world's gonna give speeches, you write the speech.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but beyond that, yeah.
Did you write this Rex's speech?
No.
Damn!
Okay.
Damn.
But to circle back to your question, Aina, to quote a guide I've read forever ago, improvisation is hard and it's unavoidable. It's just something you have to get good at, I think, as a dungeon master.
Yeah.
And it can take time, You will never start good. No one ever has. I think I told you guys the story before, how my first ever one-shot as a 5e dungeon master. The party basically stabbed this mentor figure because I didn't improv the timeline of events well enough. And
What?
he was basically... Okay, in the story he got stabbed. Like, at one point they were supposed to find him bleeding out and help him, right? But the party decided to long rest from the point where he got stabbed to 8 hours later without finding him. So I just didn't consider that in my improv mind, that he would be bleeding out for 8 hours. So when they found him, they figured, hey, wait, he was stabbed 8 hours ago before the long rest.
Oh no!
He's not human, he's an imposter. So they stabbed him again. Which, fair enough, Like, that was on me. I didn't think and improvise with the party.
Yeah,
So,
man. Well, yeah,
make
I
mistakes.
wouldn't either.
Yeah, so I just had him be the imposter and not the real mentor figure.
Yeah.
Imagine surviving a stab wound for 8 hours to proceed to be stabbed again.
Your students find you finally, peace, and they stab you again. But yeah, let's ask the final question to Rain. With you, how about you? How do you make your worlds lived in?
Two keywords. Ongoing and unexplained. So
Okay.
basically, when you arrive at what Aina and Farid explained, and also War to some extent, is pretty cool if you can prepare and everything. But when you prepare a lot of stuff, it's really hard to keep track. At least for me, it is. So I only do those to some of the events. For example, like in Arcada 12, it's the disasters. Those I keep track where they're going around the world and everything. I don't usually keep track about most other things. But instead, to make the world feel more livable, I use ongoing. When you arrive at a location, something's already going on. For example, when you guys arrive at Blazefort, there's already a group of guild that's already defending a town and trying to survive against the heart. It's already been going on. So, it kind of tells you that, there has some history over there and something's going to happen if we don't intervene. So the world kind of feels a little bit lived in. And then unexplained is more like you arrive at some place and you make the player wonder, what the hell's going on here? For example, is the ruin in the middle of a forest with a random throne that gives you any knowledge that you choose. Why is it there? What's going on? How did it get here? So it's just this like unexplained things that make the question they kind of question like, oh, how maybe like there's something behind here that we don't know, which makes the world feel a bit more lived in, living world. So those two
Spoiler
things are my
alert!
main two
It's from
tools.
the previous campaign. It's thousands of years old. It's my
There you go.
favorite.
See, you can it's.
No.
It sounds similar to a different chair in a different campaign, essentially.
I have the clip. It was.
It can only be one chair per campaign, guys. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Even Critical Role does this right with the one chair.
It's one chair in a room, menacingly.
But yeah, okay. So, Rain, what you said there kind of reminds me of Red Dead Redemption 2, if you guys ever played, for the unexplained stuff, where wandering the open world, you can find all sorts of crazy, cuckoo things, and obviously poses the question of how the hell did this happen? What am I stumbling into? And if you look up like Red Dead Redemption 2 conspiracy or theory video, you still have people to this day discussing the lore of places they just stumbled upon without any context or anything. They just look around the area, figure out what's going on, travel to a different place which might or might not tie into the original place. And that's so much fun to see people do that. And so much more fun to see people do that with something you wrote and created. Also, I guess Farid had to leave class early today.
And he's
He's
back.
He just went to the toilet, teacher.
To ask before you go.
Oh, sorry. It was an emergency.
Next time, may I go? Hold that. Or can I go? So I can say, no, may you go? But anyway, point of today's class, if you guys will indulge me, is very reminiscent of Wildermyth. Some of you guys have played on stream with me. But essentially, you have your NPCs, most beloved by party. You can add them to a list or table. So this kind of plays into the whole spreadsheet methodology. Add them to a table of random rollables, 1 to 100 or whatever. And every time there's a time gap between sessions or just in the game, like the party decides to work on something for a month, there's a gap there, you roll for these NPCs and have something happen to them, be it just something randomly happening to them, their own personal mission, their own whatever. If I'm making sense so far?
Yeah.
You can have this be as easy or as difficult as you want it to be, right? They can reconnect with their father, for example, right? Which is, you might or might not even know about it, but that happens to them behind the scenes. What you can do is, at the start of the session, or at the end of the time skip, say this stuff has happened, or better yet, write it down somewhere. So, Discord, if you're playing online, just drop a lengthy, or not so lengthy, however lengthy you want it to be, text of, so during the month of whatever the hell you guys were doing, here's what happened. And you just list off a few NPCs and what they were up to. Sometimes
Referring to the time skip in between the Wildermyth. Yeah, I really like that one.
Exactly. Yeah. So you do it with beloved NPCs, of course. You don't really have to do it with like everyone. Just like 3, 4, 5, per time skip. And it can create a very interesting dynamic where like you don't necessarily have to say, oh, this happens to this NPC. But rather, you can say, the rumor on the street is that this character was seen talking and laughing in an inn with this character. And, after a month, the party can follow up on that. Like, hey, heard you were talking to that guy. What's up with that, You can create small roleplay interactions or encounters out of that.
This is honestly really good, Crit. I'm gonna write this down.
Thank Wildermyth and thank, Reddit, I guess.
I mean, there's a reason he's the captain, doctor, professor.
All those research, don't go to waste. I see.
The funding.
So yeah, and if you want to really ramp things up and do what I can never do, which is possibly harm or kill your NPCs.
Oh.
I know. You can introduce DCs to their personal quests. So let's say the beloved thief NPC sets out to steal a gem from the king, or whatever thieves do in your campaign. Roll for it. You don't know what's gonna happen, which does add a level of unpredictability even to you.
Yeah.
Which can be wonderful because you're not just writing your own personal fan fiction where everything good happens to this character.
Yeah.
And if they fail, you get captured, killed, maybe the party has to go rescue them, whole arc just out of you randomly rolling for a random event.
But
So,
isn't it fan fiction where everything good always happens? Come on, you can do that.
I mean, does it have to be?
If you want to, sure. Some campaigns
Like-
can be like that.
Like, my dungeon master did this to me, right? Basically, we had us play a one-shot where we were bandits attacking this convoy, right? Long story short, we attacked the convoy, there's encounter, we kill the people on the convoy, and, we happily move on with our lives, right? Later, the bandits get killed as well, it's a whole thing. But then we cut back to our characters, who just got the news that this beloved old NPC was killed while leading a convoy to a different city.
No,
We
that's
had part of that, and we didn't know about it. And it happened just so far away from our characters that it really felt like news from afar. A letter arrived at night, and we saw that, and we were so crushed by the reveal. And Chris, if you're listening, I still haven't recovered. Bring back Gray. Yeah, it's wonderful. Please do it more, everybody. Obviously, don't kill.
Why?
Kill NPC
Right,
more. Gotcha.
Why do you guys
but-
like tragedy?
No.
Stop it!
No, I don't want this. I want happy fun time.
Yeah, I want happy
have
fun
the troll without the
times.
Is that the tragedy breeds strong men, strong men makes good times,
I mean, you really can't have just good things happen in a campaign because it will feel like no challenge, no threat, no escalation of conflict.
Yeah.
It'll just be a string of, hey, let's go there. Yay, we did the thing. Let's keep moving. And that can get really boring.
So you're saying it
So-
becomes like every Hollywood movie ever nowadays?
Yeah, kinda. So, unfortunately, the players will react negatively to misery in your campaign. But
You gotta persist.
that is just something that has to happen in order to appreciate the good things later. And hey, if I remember, by next time we'll talk about misery in a campaign.
Oh.
So I'll
Let's go.
get my researcher hat on for that.
These
But-
sessions are getting darker and darker by the minute.
Yeah, man.
Just wait for the finale.
Let me guess. We're talking
I don't-
about death.
Oh, we already did, like
Oh,
episode
we
4 or
did?
something.
We did talk about PC death, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Look at your notes.
No, we haven't talked about NPCs there. Oh my god.
No, no,
that
no.
is
The
so-
finale.
Why you should kill every NPC in the game.
The finale. The finale is, as always, the worst thing ever. Exams. Finals.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, the
Yes.
final episode is just a
Oh.
pop
Oh
quiz.
my
Finals.
god!
No.
That'd be so cool,
Oh, it's
though.
a quiz show. Let's go.
I will actually do that.
My brother in Christ, no, what have you released onto this world?
You guys are in for it now.
Oh,
I'll do it.
Oh my
But
god.
okay, so
I'm gonna fail this test.
since you won't, don't worry, it's gonna be easy because you had a very good teacher and you remember everything, of course. But since we're out of time, and I've been having my session or my part of the stream going for too long, I'm gonna cut it off here. So thank you guys so much for coming. As always, thank you to my beloved fellow streamers, Rain, War, Aina, and Farid. Thank you to the 6th member of the audience we have right now, which is
Whoa.
just so lovely.
It's not just us.
Maybe, maybe not. If you're in here, hello, hi. Say something in the chat, just so
Nice
we know
to
we're
have
not
you.
speaking into the void. And also, hello to like 30 plus YouTube subscribers we got over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. Whenever I post this episode.
Yeah, of course. So, yeah, we're making waves. We're the next big thing, I guess. What I'm trying to say is. But
We're getting there.
with that in mind, this is the end of the stream. Thank you all so much for coming. See you on Friday with the Rust Engine campaign.
Ooh.
And enjoy some memes that Aina has handpicked for you.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, bye-bye.
I handpicked it, yeah.
Yeah.